So another problem with the electrician again. What else is new? It's like every commercial job I go on to, there's issues of burning up stuff with electricians. I don't know why they like to do that. So what do we got here? If we look at this, they have these wired for 115 volts. And look at the label, 115, 230, or 220. And at 115 volts, this draws 4.8 amps. Oops, let me clear it there. Can you see that? There, now you can see the label better. Well, the problem here, you've got another fan and another fan. These are half horsepower motors. Another fan, and another fan, and one controller. Well, they were complaining about blowing fuses. Well, one thing the electrician didn't note was he has it wired for 120 volts, but the fans are wired default at 220 volts. So they kept changing fuses and trying to force these to come on and unplugging fans until they would run. While the fans were still in 240 volt mode, 220, 240, 3 fans would run on 115 volts. But then they noticed something funny. It started to smell funny in here, like something was burning. So what do you think was burning? Yes, the windings of the motors started cooking, and enamel or the shellac, the varnish, started cooking and started burning up motors. And this rating is only for 12 amps. You cannot run all this off 12 amps. And on top of that, coming over to the wiring, how are you going to run? This is electrician. This is the same electrician who was frying my other stuff. Little 14 gauge wire. How are you going to do that off of 14 gauge wiring? 14 gauge on 20 amps with all those half horsepower motors. And this was the same guy who wired up and was blowing my fan units over there from all the screwed up wiring they do. For some reason, whatever they wired in the other panels over here started blowing and burning out the motors and all the control boards on one air handler in this whole building that I installed several years ago. All of a sudden, it burned motor, burned another motor, burned a control board, burned another control board. It was burning, popping fuses. And I said, hey, hold on 1 minute. And that's when I looked at their wiring. And this is a new wire they ran. So what they did was they bypassed all the wiring and they ran a home run wiring all the way from here, all the way back to my unit. No more burnouts. That was it. And I had to find that for the electrician. They couldn't find it themselves. And which was pretty obvious by the way they wired up everything else. That's it. Just a little lesson on why the HVAC guy has to fix the electrician's guy's problems. See you guys later. Just like every job, and every electrical contractor came in every job in the last couple of years. I don't know what the hell's happening in that industry, but it's definitely going downhill.